Alrighty then. Good morning, good morning. Time to continue this Bioshock 2 journey. So far I've felt that Bioshock 1 was way more impressive. Well, yeah, I liked it more. It's still... This game is still good, it's just... The writing elements are a bit weaker. Do we have a code? Yes. It's gonna be interesting later on to run... Oh my god, this looks like a thing to pick up in all other games, kinda. Oh. That was interesting, okay. Unless you wanna bet this is a thing to pick up. With one of the little sisters. Oh, wow. Thank you. Bet I already...
Adam Delta. One little jab in the arm and even a hopeless underperformer can be Employee of the Month. Oh, you should know. Look around. Is any of this familiar?
Oh no. I should have gone through the door.
Consumer is indebted to you, my boy. We ironed kink after kink out of our domestic plasmid line on you right here. Well, let's see if you're staying competitive. Step on up and take the spotlight. Ladies and gentlemen, Fontaine Futuristics invites you to shed your skepticism, evolve your expectations, and dissolve your doubt as we unveil the revolutionary power of our home defense plasmid series. May I have a volunteer from the audience?
Nope.
Come now, don't be shy.
Oh. Am I supposed to go...
How about you, sir? No, he's positively rigid. Yuma, at the back. Oh, come on down. Let's give it a hand, folks.
You're not fit to grovel at last.
Only a single volunteer? Oh, come now, gentlemen. She'll be awfully nervous up here all alone.
I've got nothing for you.
Come on down, all of you.
They'll be back.
Show yourself. Think of... Yeah, I'm done with those. Oops. Yeah, I know what that does. I can electrify anyone if I shoot. What is this? And what is this? Oh, it starts a fire. And this did what? Oh well, I mean, whoa. Might as well just burn them like this. Except I'm running out of fire. Oh, we're all plasmids. Oh, are we done?
Oh dear, Subject Delta. It looks like you've upstaged a fellow demonstrator, and he's here to steal the show. What will Delta do now, folks?
Easy busy.
Still a winner, Delta. The tour was never the same without you, and to think you were so spliced you couldn't stand when we stuffed you into that getup. The Fontaine family retirement plan suits you to a T, my boy.
Wanna go back to that? Can I go back? Did the door behind me open? Come on, open sesame. Yes. Very nice. I don't know why I didn't go in here. Very good question. Help me. 52, 54, but... Oh, right. We look through here. Careful, hacker. What do I have? Yes, a better careful hacker. Nice. I was so hoping to get a teleport, but it seems like no.
Our hope was to bond a little sister to a single protector, so she had to be expendable in case of error. As we were fabricating a father bond, we couldn't really afford to have the girl's parents asking around. So, Fontaine's orphanages provided, and the procedure was an unprecedented success.
Oh, good morning, Colgate on tap.
Who the child was.
Thanks.
Eleanor, I'm so sorry.
Will update my title indeed. Except cookies. That's weird. Oh, look at this. I'm inside the inside thing. So how did your test go, Colgate on tap? I'm curious. I had a math test yesterday. Super prepared, ready to go. Two out of 4. Missed that before. Need to destroy a total of 4. Eh? I was running around looking for the unstable teleport thing, but I don't think that is happening, unfortunately. Colgate in on tap says, I think it went well. I was a bit confused by a few exercises, as it was open book, and those were straight source material. Like, definition exercise was a really weird choice. How do you mean, definition exercise? straight source material. Do you mean that it was just copy-pasted from the book? Colgate in a tab says, had to write a few definitions. I actually don't even know how you write a definition in math. Or do you mean like a...
All gone now. I wonder if they miss their mommy.
What is
I
X?
hear a creak.
And then you write it down with words?
Thank you for coming. Sometimes I drift
Still
away
find this
and
funny.
feel I'm back
Fired.
on the old estate. Then I open my eyes.
Been in there. Have we been in here? I don't recall. Do not recall. There was a lot of running around trying to find that teleporty thing. Oh, it's a closed door. I don't know this area. I don't know the area. There's nothing in there, I'm sure. This is where I just was, no?
True friend.
I have been here. I've been up there as well. Probably something else on the top floor. Colgate in on tab says, like, we needed to define affine subspace of real vector space. Dimension, line, and plane.
Oh, my.
Oh, so you just needed to... There was no math, it was just explain what does these terms mean.
Mending my own.
That is...
Me, a prowler?
Yes, let's call it on tab. I agree, that is a strange choice for a math test. Especially when it's an open book math test. Oh, there's another one. Fired.
Anyone in the plasmid business ultimately requires the use of human test subjects. It's our dirty little secret. And to be frank, Rapture doesn't really want to know, provided the end product is sound. Volunteers were scarce, even as the economy buckled. A man named Sinclair approached us with a seemingly limitless supply. He rented them to us, bound and sedated. No questions asked.
Floor is lava. No, the floor is electricity. I wonder how much it hurts. Oh no. Where was it? Oh, I'm dead. Oh. Ridiculous. Where is it? Right there. And I'm dead. Damn it.
I do hope an eternity to depict
That was so rude. Should have just wrecked the camera. Yeah. Well, what you gonna do? Shit happens.
I'm their better.
Colgate in on tab says that the first exercise was classical geometry.
Surprise, Delta!
First exercise was classical geometry and I found it quite difficult at first. But then I noticed it was also
Nothing.
that was also in the source material. So it was lazy test design. Wait, what? That was on. Bullshit.
Will eternity be hot or cold? I'll bring my ship.
I mean, in general, I'm pro open book. What's it called? Open book testing? Yeah, open book tests in general. Look, it's even here. They're teleports. I want to find the teleport, but I think I screwed that up. Part of me wants to look it up on the internet, see if I can find the teleport somewhere, or if we're just screwed. Colgate Tab says, I guess it wasn't designed with open book in mind. Or maybe it was.
From a cab? The indignity. Go!
I have to let you go.
Imbecile! What a fun.
Oops. You know what? Let's just go over here.
With that little infraction, just earned you another slap on the nose, boy!
Oh, we got it. We got it. I mean, I'm guessing part of math is, being able to do it. Some people can't do stuff even with the explanation in front of them, right?
You know what they do to vagrants in rapture? They hang them.
Like you said, at first you were you found it quite difficult at first, right?
My nerves must be
Because if you're trying to simulate real life, you will always have access to the book, right? That is usually why I am in favor of open book things, because I remember, like, yeah, I still have that memory. Math teachers that once said, you won't run around all the time with the calculator in your pocket. That was what a math teacher told me once. That is why we had tests without calculators. Because you won't run around with the calculator in your pocket. She had to eat her words, I'm pretty sure. Oh fuck, pressed the wrong button. 9. Colgate Genotype says, we usually don't even have a calculator, so having access to everything is quite different for a math test. Oh. That is strange. I mean, in real life situations, you would have access to all the things. So designing tests with that in mind is a good idea, right? He's dead. That was fast. Good hack. Maybe that's why it was a strange test. Because they're moving over to open book tests, right? And they're not used to it. Someone was angry. This is a lot of drinking.
Every time Ryan turns up the heat, I know I'm a little bit closer to beating him at his own game. But now the game's changing. Ryan's boys are coming in heavy, looking to knock down my door and take what's mine. Like this is the first time I had to dodge a bullet. They're coming to my house expecting a show, but they're gonna get a disappearing act. Say goodbye to Fontaine, and hello to Atlas.
Disappearing act. Hey. Oh. Colgate Genotype says they are not. It's just temporary, as they can't control it during distant tests, like when you're doing the test from home. Yeah. It's bad. Well, maybe it will change to open book. But yeah, designing full new tests, it was probably like old tests, maybe just some small changes. I'm guessing a lot of math teachers reuse the same tests over and over and over again. I would, as a math teacher, right? Why design a new test each year when you can just reuse the same test? So they probably just reused it and said it was open book, just... Yeah, because they can't control it. Something like that. Damn it. What? What? Alright, this sneak thing is super helpful here. I'm invisible, so they won't attack me even if I start the alarm. I can hack in peace. It doesn't matter if I fail or succeed, I just... hacking in peace. There we go. Good to go. Colgate in on tab says, it is not the same test every year. I've looked at all tests. Oh, right, of course. Of course. But maybe the old tests are the same every year as well. Maybe they have like a database of questions. One could hope that...
Subordination.
Oh,
Severance package cancelled. Benefits rescinded.
goodbye. One can hope maybe after this year. Yeah, I'm actually... I can remember people have been talking, what about the good consequences of lockdown and whatnot?
Each new tyrant ventured here in search of conquest, Delta. Fontaine, Ryan, and now you. But every aspiring Caesar must learn to fear the knives of his fellows. Ask yourself, what does Sinclair stand to gain in guiding you here?
She's a boring character. One could hope that one thing is that they start moving to, like, one of the changes is that they might start moving towards having open book ideas. More real life stuff. It's modernizing, right?
Hello again. I must assume by now that you're willing to help end my life. In exchange, I have prepared a friendly security escort for you. Now, there's a switch in here which will allow you access to the real laboratories where what's left of me awaits you. Please, use it.
Colgate in on tab says, yeah, there seems to be a pool of exercise types, and then they randomize which exercises come to which tests. Yeah, that checks out. I remember once I had like a test from home in uni. And it was the same thing. They randomized. They had automized the whole thing. So I got, I think it was like 6 questions, and I did get a duplicate. 6 questions, and I got a duplicate. So I answered the exact same question twice. And the correct answers were all automated. Everything was just automated. So I was like, yeah, fine. I knew the answer to the question, so I didn't mind. If I wouldn't, then I would have said something, right? Well, I got the same question twice, and I didn't know that question. Launcher? Spear gun. Spear gun did. No. Machine gun probably is the way to go rather than the launcher. Oh man, I'm gonna crash. I don't know what I want to upgrade. Yeah, probably the machine gun, I think. Colgate in on tab says, sounds like quality programming. Indeed. That university that I went to at that time wasn't really a quality university. Kinda sucked at most things.
Wits on my side.
Leave me alone.
You regret coming here. Mark my
I mean, I was studying psychology, right? So, them being terrible programmers and whatnot doesn't really surprise me. Well, I guess it wasn't the teacher who programmed. The teachers probably just provided questions and answers. Colgate on tab says, one of the younger doctors had quite an interesting testing method before the pandemic. They had oral tests instead of written ones. Yeah.
dare. You wouldn't dare. I'll not be.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh, still remember that. I had this one professor did the same. And it was like a 5-minute test as well. It was 5, 6 or 7. I don't quite remember. It was something like that, you know, just a short fucking meeting. It has to be, right? It has to be if you're doing oral tests. And he had us reading this book. And he fucking loved that book, man. He loved the book. It was about literary analysis. And I read it. And it was one of the few books in my studies that I've been so pissed off that I've thrown the book in the wall because the authors were so fucking stupid. They were so stupid. Fucking idiots. They were contradicting themselves all the time throughout the book, and it really pissed me off. Really pissed me off. So I'm like, oh, this professor is an idiot, since he loves this book by association. He thinks the exact same way. And I mean, I can see how they were thinking like that, right? It was a lot about the death of the author was one of the things in the tests. And the death of the author is like what the author's intent doesn't matter. It's all about the interpreter, the reader who matters. And it's so when I read a book, it's my interpretation that matters, right? It's not what the authors of the text meant. It's a perspective, right? So they were like spouting on and on about how important, like all throughout the book, how important the interpreter is. And then you flip the page, and the next time was as long as you interpret it this way, that we have decided that you should interpret it. And I mean, I disagreed with their way of interpretation, right? That I like disagreements. And I can understand why he loved the book, because he agreed with the interpretation. It was like a little bit political in its interpretation, if I remember correctly. It was a long time ago. But, you know, he agreed, so therefore it made sense to him. Yeah, of course, it's the interpreter, as long as you interpret it the way that I interpret it. So of course in my test I just interpreted everything the way he would have interpreted it. And it was like, I remember we were 30 students. And most of the students at that time came straight from high school. So this was completely new to them to make those interpretations. I had studied philosophy before, so it wasn't new for me. That's why I felt he was an idiot. 2 people passed this test. That's kind of fucked up. And he was an idiot. I understand why people didn't pass, right? Because the book was filled with contradictions and people probably didn't know what to say, what to believe. They had a misunderstanding and trying to do the best he could instead of just telling the professor what he wanted to hear. Colgate In on Tap says, after my interview about combinatorics? Combinatorics. I don't know what that is. He asked me, is 4 fine? Me being happy with 1, said, having a poker face. Oh, right. Yeah, we had a teacher like that in high school as well.
Greatest achievement, a living composite of all Rapture's genius in the body of a single man, unfettered by self-interest. Now, I am nothing more to her than a failed experiment. My scores on tests of intelligence and moral reasoning are still noteworthy, but declining sharply. She has abandoned me, and I do not have long before psychosis takes me.
Yeah, we had a teacher like that, and like everybody knew it beforehand because he had the same attitude. This was in high school. Well, gymnasium. Like 16 to 19, around that age. And everybody knew it. Like, you had, at the end of every course, you pulled everybody in for like a discussion to make sure that everybody felt that they got the grade that they deserved. And what he did was just, you got in, you said, oh, I want a 4. And you got a 4. It didn't matter. Nothing mattered. He just gave you the grade that you wanted, that you felt that you deserved. I'm guessing some people got a little fucked just going in and saying, oh, I want a 5. I want the best fucking grade. And he just felt maybe, no, this doesn't work. Colgate In on Tap says, I skimmed through a Wikipedia article about graph theory on my way to the interview. Best preparations ever. That is very nice. I don't know if I felt the preparation. I mean, the point of studying isn't the grade, right? The point of studying is learning, so you didn't learn a lot, I suppose. Or was that my temporal logic course? Colgate In on Tap, don't remember. Oh, hello Banana Waffle Monkey. Nice to see you again. How are you doing? How's life treating you? Nude sip, nude sip, nude sip. Been better, been worse. That's pretty nice. I mean, good stuff happen, bad stuff happen. This was just for 10 Adam. We went up all this way. And another jump. Oh. Oh. Banana Waffle Monkey continues. Sleep schedule somehow worked itself out, and I wish I knew how, so I could replicate whatever it was that stabilized it if it gets out of hand again in the future. So... Wait, I don't remember. What was the issue with your sleep schedule again?
From my time doing business with the owners, that
I remember you had a out of the ordinary sleep schedule.
If lambs hide an
But I didn't remember it was that you felt bad about it. It was split between night and day. Yeah, but you were still getting enough sleep, as I recall. Probably didn't. My memory fails me. That's not uncommon. I'm happy it worked out for you, though. That you're feeling good about it. Here we go. Colgate in on tap says, I tried out what you said about hunger being in the head and getting used to it and not feeling hungry anymore. Last night it was quite hard to fall asleep because of hunger. Yeah. But now it isn't bothering me that much. Yeah, for me it just took a couple of days, right? It did bother me as well. The trick I used, because I had the same thing, you know, I felt hungry and I couldn't fall asleep. I just drank a lot of water. Of course, I woke up a little bit earlier, having to go to the bathroom. But that, yeah. Like, it's not all in the head, of course.
The lights in here
We are feeling
stain my
hungry for a
eyes
reason.
terribly now. Until you arrive to deal with me, they will remain off. Please, locate the breakers and flip them, and then return here to restore power.
I mean, we do need to eat to live, right? It's just... I'm thinking that many in our situations that who are not in any danger of starving, I think most of our hunger is... Yeah, it's routine based, and usually it's our hunger is not based on a need, it's based on a routine. Pretty sure. Banana Waffle Monkey is saying, so, like I'd go to bed around 7 a.m., 9 a.m. Yeah, in the morning, right? Wake up around 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Yeah. Which made me lose my tutoring job. Oh, that sucks, man. My condolences about that. And then I'd fall asleep around like 7 p.m., 8 p.m. and wake up around 1 a.m. Yeah, I had a double rotation of sleep. It's just... Banana Waffle Monkey continues that my professors have been hella understanding, thankfully, and have been giving me deadline extensions because I still put effort in during the classes and conversations. Very nice. I mean, I'm guessing most professors want you to succeed, right? So any issues that you may have, if you just explain it to them, I think most professors, most, not all, most would be sympathetic to your plight.
Sophia believes the perfect human altruist is just a formula, waiting on us to solve for X. Intelligence and consciousness are not the same, she argued. Awareness of self naturally becomes obsession with it. So, if we could suppress my sense of self, but imbue me with the cognitive capacity to serve the common welfare, we could thereby generate the first utopian. And then, Sophia said, at long last, utopia would follow.
Sophia is an idiot. I don't know why anyone would follow her. She's an idiot. She's just dumb. Yeah. I've been having like a dual sleep schedule for a while as well. That for me that actually worked out fairly well. Right, I'm sleeping after lunch usually. Sometimes I even sleep the 3-hour thing as well. you were sleeping quite a lot, it seems. Like, what's that? 9 to 4? How many hours is that? Fuck, that's too much math. I'm too tired. I've had a rough couple of weeks. I'm too tired. Simple addition. No, let's skip that. Colgate InnoTab says about 34 hours since last time I ate, but I don't feel hungry at all. Yeah. What? Why are you staying that long without eating? Are you fasting? Is that the point? I've never tried fasting. I don't think I've ever gone a full day without eating. Oh, actually, I kind of want to try that. Go a day or two without eating. Oh, hello, Node Runner. He's new. Yeah, I'm feeling that it's time for a new game here soon. Gotta finish Bioshock 2. It's been alright, I guess. I don't know what. Oh, right, we were playing the roguelite or roguelike after this. Home, I think it's called. Node Runner says I can go without eating. In fact, the longer it's been, the easier it gets. Yeah. 24-hour Minesweeper stream. Let's go. Oh, Stark 41 lol, he says. I don't have any emotes anymore. I have a terminal chat now. But I'm guessing I've had issues understanding the emotes anyway, so I think since it's lull in the end, I think that's a laugh. Right? It becomes easier for me to decipher that stuff. What are they planning here? What is this thing? This big room here. Lol, says Node Runner. Yeah, it's a play on that one, says Banana Waffle Monkey. I don't know, fucking Minesweeper. I mean, I've played my fair share of Minesweeper, but I don't know.
Dr. Alexander has agreed to accept both measures of the new utopian project. He will become a kind of genetic chimera, host to all the minds of Rapture, accessing their talents and memories via the Adam we have gathered. And deriving in part from Project WYK, I have developed a new set of behavioral constraints. Dr. Alexander will live to promote the common good. His love and loyalty shall be spread evenly across the entire human race. For me, that is discipline at great personal cost. For him, at last, it will be instinct.
Won't be instinct. I mean, she's a bad stoic, right? She's a psychiatrist and she has no understanding of the human mind, it feels like. Node Runner says the little guy looks like the late Total Biscuit to me. Yeah. Oh, I remember that emote. I've thought for a long time that it was Total Biscuit. Isn't it? Late great even. Look, I have times when I miss Total Biscuit. And we're crashing. I'm not surprised. We were in a menu after all. Man, I love these essays. I actually recently viewed a couple of the Secret Hitler videos, Total Biscuit videos. Oh man, those are a good time. Well, the first couple of videos, then it gets a little bit stale, I suppose. But the first couple of Secret Hitler videos is so much fun. Can recommend that. Colgate Tab says, I've got a lot of fat to burn and I don't have urgent need for food. Oh, this doesn't look good though. This does not look good at all. I've got a lot of fat to burn and I don't have any urgent need for food for a while. It's all in the head. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know if I agree to that approach, but hey, I haven't tried that approach. But I'm guessing, like, stopping eating is a good way to lose weight, I suppose. I would probably, I mean, if your goal is to lose weight, I suppose. If your goal is to find a stable weight, like a place where you're happy, well, maybe extreme measures for a bit, and then finding a routine that works, if that makes sense. Banana Waffle Monkey says, who needs plasmids when you can just click on heads? Oh man, I'm so bad. Oh hey, you got an achievement called Look at You, Hacker. Node Runner, I have Googled it. Thanks, Node Runner. The little guy is Total Biscuit. Yeah. Thought so. His essays were great. Banana Waffle Monkey says, best way to lose weight is to have dental surgery. The best way that I ever had of losing weight was going to Fiji for a month. No, that was 2 weeks. I had 2 weeks on Fiji on a specific island where the food was terrible. I didn't eat a lot at all. But the best way to lose weight is to live on Malta, because all the food sucks on Malta. It's just horrible. Well, not all. Most of it. It's just horrible. Yeah. Yeah, holy shit, I lost so much weight. I was like slender. Fuck, that was not what I wanted to change. It's fine. Yeah, I was skinny even when I got back to Sweden from Malta. Lived there for 6 months? I think it was 6 months. I don't quite remember. But that was also unhealthy. I wasn't very healthy. And being thin isn't necessarily super healthy, eh? Gotta found that sweet spot. No donor says, keto caused me to lose weight. Unfortunately, I found it again. That's staying away from carbs, right? Bread and pasta and stuff like that. That's keto, if I remember correctly. I've had dental surgery, but I did not lose weight from that. I mean, I couldn't eat. I had issues eating. But I could, like, have soup. It was just for a couple of days, I think. Dang, the drill takes up some... Oh, I can make it worse. I can run around with this thing. That's not at all annoying, is it? Do I have any bigger weapons? Oh, where's all my weapons? All my weapons are gone. I didn't even notice. I wasn't paying attention. Ah, here we go. It's time for a fight. I think. Or was that only... Colgate in on tab says losing weight doesn't have intrinsic value for me. Spending less money on food is pretty stonks. Normal weight is better for not dying. I very much appreciate. Yeah. I feel similar way to you. The money thing, I don't see that as an issue. I can just eat cheaper food if that was the case. Better for not dying is the main thinking I have around those stuff. Just, yeah, let's not die. Let's be healthy. Mental and physical health. Since I don't do any exercise, I feel like eating healthy becomes more important. In my mind, anyway. Banana Waffle Monkey says they're blacked out. Maybe it has something to do with that silhouette-looking thing. What silhouette-looking thing? The thing in front of me? Well, that's my plasmid. I think I lost when running through the water or something. I lost all weapons or... We'll get them back. They did the same thing in the previous game. They took all our weapons away, but then we got them back in a little bit later. Node Runner asks, do you think the American coronavirus stimulus checks are a test run of universal basic income? I have no idea how the American coronavirus stimulus checks works. As far as I've heard, wasn't that like kind of a joke? Like people did not get enough money to live on. The whole point to make a proper test of universal basic income is to... Yeah, you need to be able to live on the money, otherwise there is no point, in my mind anyway. I mean, you can give people a little bit of money every month, but that doesn't really test the thing. The thing is that you should be able to, well, maybe not live on it, but survive on it, right? Chicks, says Banana Wolf Monkey. Colgate in on tab says, and I kind of care about the environment, so consuming less resources is pretty good. Yeah. I mean, sure. I saw this, I don't remember, probably a Kurzgesagt video? I don't quite remember. But we have, no. I don't even remember where I saw it, but like the big environment issues are usually not individuals. I mean, it's good that individuals consumes less resources and burn less fossil fuels and all that. We're not the big baddies. It's industry. And I guess, I mean, if you consume less, you vote with your wallet and don't use those industries, I suppose. So it's still individually an individual responsibility, I suppose. Banana Waffle Monkey is talking about the checks in plural, the stimulus checks. Students got bent over. It was a fucking insult. $1,200 for multiple months. How many months? That's how much do we get in Sweden? What is that for 4 months? I think that is, in Sweden we get that for studying for 4 months. Just for being in uni or whatever. It was some time ago I studied, so it might have changed. It probably has increased a little bit. So 3-4 months, something like that. Banana Waffle Monkey says, imagine getting paid to go to school. Oh, we only get paid for 7 years? Well, yes, 7 years. And that's university, right? University, like adult schooling. There we go. So after your 18, 19, after that, all the schooling before that you don't get. I think your parents get paid for just having kids. It's their responsibility and they get some money, but it's less. It's a smaller amount of money. Yeah. I mean, I would want to go back to university, but I've spent my 7 years. So I can't go back. I want to go back, but I can't. Calling it in on tap says, but industries only waste resources because individuals throw money at them. Yeah, exactly. I agree with you, Colgate in on tap. Right? It's the individual's responsibility, voting with your wallet, right? Industries only do what they are incentivized to do, companies, right? Gotta click this button right here. Nodrunner said, I met a fellow today. I think you'd like him. But he's sleeping by the time you're streaming.
Sophia and I knew that to create the first true utopian would come at a high cost, my friend. We needed someone to be host to all that Adam, Rapture's finest minds, a willing subject. That
So
is
what
to
was
say,
this fellow about?
myself.
Was he all about universal basic income as me? Oh wow. Was he in
Whatever you may
there?
have seen inside the tank, that was indeed
Yeah.
me. I fear the fate of Eleanor Lamb will be less physical, but no less grotesque. This tank for deep-sea life is the ideal way to dispose of me. But first, you must retrieve enough Adam-infused plant life to lure me out. The slugs feed on the stuff, and it's all I seem to want now. I have left a sample here, so you know what to look for.
Yeah, so her deal has been like none of her rhetorics have showed it, but like when we go through, well, it has been starting to show it slowly over time, but her whole deal is that she wants to create a god, a better being. Oh, that's the plotline for Serenity, the Firefly movie, right? Wanting to create better humans. It's interesting that that is often the bad guys. Like trying to make better human beings. Well, I mean, it becomes like that because of what is considered better. It's because the bad guys decide what better means. That is what makes them bad guys. Better is a subjective value judgment, right? Colgate in on tap says individuals, industries, or politicians can solve problems. But because all of them can solve it, none of them does, and these 3 point fingers at each other. Well, I'm. That's quite interesting. I would put, personally, a lot of my view, since I have a lot of my view of democracy, right? I've talking ad nauseum about it. I would put like the ultimate responsibility is with the individual, I would say. So yes, the politicians and industries can solve it, but only if the individuals give them the power to do it, to solve it, right? It is a democratic decision. We're not, I mean, the politicians can't do anything without the backing of the people, and the people don't back the politicians to solve it, or the industries to solve it. As you were saying, Individuals throw money at them, and we throw votes at the politicians. It's our responsibility in the end. We can't solve it by ourselves. It's the collective that solves the problem, because it's the collective that creates the problem. But the individual has to take their responsibility if that is indeed what we want to do. Node Runner says, I don't know his stance on universal basic income, but we had a grand conversation spanning a wide range of topics. Did you learn something new, Node Runner? Something interesting that you want to teach us about from that discussion? Banana Waffle Monkey said, you had to already have a certain amount of income or like amount of work done or something in order to qualify for the stimulus. A lot of students didn't get that, because a lot of students, myself included, just can't balance college course load with a job on top of that. Ooh. Yeah, that college and a job? That sounds horrible. It sucks. Like, I mean, education is an investment for the future for any country, right? Or any society, I would imagine. So like we do, like I said, we get money for studying, but if we get a job on the side, we don't get the money. It's like we're encouraged, like it's not a lot of money that we're getting, but we get like a loan to survive on top of the free money. If we get a job, they take that money away too. Like they don't want us to. Like a lot of students do that, job and study, but they don't want to incentivize that. And I agree, I would agree with that. Like if you study full time, I mean, I could see for some people it would be better, like working half time and studying half time. I can see that working just fine. And that works as well for, if you do that, you get half the money from the government for studying, right? Since you're studying half time. Colgate on Tap says, it's like the prisoner's dilemma with 8 million prisoners. Ooh, alright, let me see if I remember this. The prisoner's dilemma is you have 3 choices. No. You can rat your... Is that the thing where you have 2 partners that are... If you rat on your friend, you get a shorter... prison sentence. If they rat on you, they get a shorter prison sentence. If you both rat, you get higher, and if none of you rat, you get middle. So none of you ratting is the best way to do it. Colgate on Tap says, yeah, that's the prisoner's dilemma. I remembered it. That's game theory. And that's, well, it is similar, I suppose, but I would argue, like, if you construct your own ethics and your own politics and your own... I mean, you can make your own decisions, right? So what other people doesn't really matter to you. I mean, I get punished by the society no matter what, like... But it's still not an argument not to be environmentally friendly, right? In the prisoner's dilemma, it is similar, but it's not quite the same. Node Runner says, I thought I might have ADHD after hearing him describe his struggles with it. Oh, then I do recommend getting that checked out, because I've got a couple of friends with ADHD, and for some, not all, but for some of them, the pills are great. They love the pills, right? They've made their lives so much better. I've had multiple reports of that. So if you think that, I don't know if it's easy to get it checked out in the US. In Sweden, it's a long fucking queue to get it checked out. But yeah, I recommend getting it checked out. Banana Waffle Monkey says, I took 16 credits of my freshman year of college around 16 credits of my freshman year of college around 16 hours of work at a local pizza place. It was a fucking nightmare. But I mean, working at the pizza place sounds not like my ideal environment. I don't know what 16 credits is. Oh, hello, Blasphemous. Nice to see you again. He says, snitches get stitches. That is often what happens, right? Like, I would say that if you have a problem with the way someone does something, I would prefer you take it up with the person instead of going to someone who could punish them. If that makes sense. Oops. Increased damage, nice. Like in the snitches get stitches discussion, I'm thinking, right? If you have a problem with someone's behavior, the preferable thing would be to talk with the person in question. Unless you're afraid that they might hurt you, then of course call the police or whatever.
And to get to Eleanor, you're gonna need one from
It
Alex.
depends on the situation, yeah.
First things first, we gotta pin him down. Find those plants he mentioned and lure him back out.
Snitches sometimes should get stitches and other times not. So it becomes a value judgment. Alright. Actually, let me catch up here. Colgate on Tap says, none of the people abusing natural resources would be best of all. Well, some... I mean, it depends on how you define abusing, but some using resources has been super helpful, right? But yeah, in the word abuse, there is kind of implied that one has a value judgment that abuse is something bad, right? I've never heard anything say that abuse is something good. So it feels like a circular argument a little bit. Yeah. No abuse is a good thing. But most people who are abusing don't consider, well, abuse like in an addiction, I would say they can see themselves as abusing something. Like abusing a person or a natural resources. The person who is doing the abusing from my or your point of view probably doesn't see it that way. But it's better if you are only abusing natural resources. Yeah, right. It's better for you in the short term. You get rewards. Banana Waffle Monkey says 1 class is equals to 4 credits, so 4 classes. Oh, so you removed some of your study load to go to work instead. Is that what you mean, Banana Waffle Monkey? That's interesting that you can do that. Nodrunner says snitches get rewards when it comes to coronavirus. I saw a video about that yesterday. Is that really what happened? Did someone get rewards? I mean, I heard that the politicians really had like working on a snitch kind of thing, I hope, but the people didn't really be happy with that. As far as I saw Internet Historian, it was a video, I think, and there was just people sending in a lot of dick pics, was the snitching. Blasphemous asks, how many credits are considered going full-time? That's a very good question. That actually... that checks out. I mean, 1 class doesn't say very much, does it? Like, I've had different classes take different credits in Sweden, so that's very different. Alright, Banana Waffle Monkey says, and to apply for the education program I got into this year, I had to meet a minimum GPA requirement. So it's not like I could balance work with school by just settling for the C's get degrees approach. Oh man, that sucks. From a speedrunning perspective, bug abuse is considered a good thing. There we go. But that's not the context you're using the words, I don't think. No, but it's good, though. There is good definitions of abuse. Yeah. That's an interesting perspective. It's not the one that we had, but it's a valid one to point out. So there are good forms of abuse. There we go. Well, there are forms of abuse that one could make the value judgment of as good. Language, man. Language.
I wonder if they
I think 12 credits is full-time, at least at my university. Wait, and you took 16 credits. Wait, and credits are per month? So you took 16 credits per semester. Wait, so that you only studied half the year? Or were you studying and working? Node Runner says they had a snitching program and people used it. But then it was hacked, and all of the reports were leaked, including people's identities. Ooh, that's rough. The snitches' identities, I'm guessing, was leaked. That sucks for them. So about Banana Waffle Monkey says, so about 4 a month. Whoa. Why are you not burning? There we go. Off burning. Right. Eve upgrade, plasmid. Nope. No upgrades here. So about 4-month period, 3 if you include breaks. Yeah. Wait. 4-month period. Oh, do you have 3 semester each year? 3 semesters. We only have 2 in Sweden. Autumn and spring, they're called. Big break at summer and a shorter break at Christmas. And even more shorter breaks spread around the year. A school year consists of 2 semesters. I don't know, here we go. Or about 8 to 9 months of the year. It's probably quite similar to what we do in Sweden then. I mean, it's weird. I'm wondering why there are such... I mean, one could argue that your country doesn't quite... Whoop! Fuck. I don't know where it was. Oh, I can just do this though. Close the door and... be still. And they will leave. That your country doesn't really encourage academic achievement, studying. Banana Waffle Monkey says, now we get a giant fucking summer break because reasons. No, we get a giant fucking summer break because reasons. Yeah, we get that as well. Giant fucking break. I don't know. Yeah, what the fuck are you supposed to do as a kid? Fuck, there we go. You're mine. I don't know why I didn't just do this the first time instead of running away. Blasphemous says, my country encourages waste. What do you mean by waste? Actual litter or wasting time or... And Blasphemous is also American. It says during summer break you can egg houses and light fires. Mostly that's what the kids do. Oh, Roadrunner says must consume. Oh, is that waste? Like, we encouraged? Well, from that kind of perspective, right? Since you pay for an education, isn't that consumption as well? So if you're encouraged to consume, then wouldn't you be encouraged to consume the education? But it's too fucking expensive, right? Is it a gatekeeping thing? Everything you consume produces waste. Ooh, not only litter, but poop. Poop is waste. Quite literally, yeah. Alright, so your country encourages consumption. Overconsumption, I'm guessing. That you mean that you must consume like in overconsumption, overindulgence, decadence. Man, I love that word, decadence. Fuck. I have this memory now though that it doesn't mean the same thing in Swedish and English. Yeah, we've looked this up before. I think it does, yeah. Process of becoming decadent. Super helpful. Super. A period of decline, yes. Self-indulgence, decay and decline. No, it's the same. I wonder where I had this thing that it means something else. But I really like that word. I like looking at myself and seeing, oh, how decadent is this behavior? Like overconsumption could be considered like doing something to excess is decadent, right? Banana Waffle Monkey says that America has a long history of court cases dealing with education being used as a gatekeeper. Some people enjoy their gatekeeping, I suppose. So if we try to steel man that gatekeeping, what would be the purpose? Like political or ethical arguments for gatekeeping education? Like my response, my view on education is more to a decadent approach, to excess. I want more education for everybody, and I want it to be better and more individually based, like more focused on the individual and educating them as much as possible. That's my perspective. Why would someone want to gatekeep? Why? What good arguments are there for it? Blasphemous says, buy overpriced cheaply. By overpriced cheaply made products to throw away within a year, because they are outdated and made to break by then. Planned obsolescence, right? Yeah, I mean the companies are incentivized by the, like, that's capitalism, right? As it works, and capitalism itself has its benefits. Like, one of the negative consequences of it is a lot of waste. Yeah, a lot of trash, a lot of not. There are a lot of things that has value that does not, that are not encouraged. A lot of behaviors and productions and stuff like that that are not encouraged by capitalism. If that makes sense. Yeah. Decadence is encouraged by capitalism. Consumption is encouraged, I suppose. Banana Waffle Monkey says it is still an issue with gatekeeping. Or Banana Waffle Monkey also says, speaking of planned obsolescence, that's Vox Recorder's name is appropriate for our discussion. Outlived usefulness. It is indeed. Maybe it has the answer. Let's check it out.
Well, that's the end of the Alpha series. The pair bond simply worked too well. That madwoman Tannenbaum bit the company hand, turning some of the bonded sisters human again. Others were lost to splices. Either way, the trauma proved too much for the bonded protectors, resulting in unreasoning rage or coma. We can harness their suicidal aggression as foot soldiers, but no more, I'm afraid. Today I saw one kneeling near a gatherer's garden and crying.
Oh. That is what they're trying to do, humanize the big daddies after them being the big enemies. Let's humanize them a little bit. I don't know. It didn't have the answers. Well, it just echoed what we were talking about, right? Oh, it's not useful anymore. Throw them away. They're trash now. They're just trash. Actually, that is something this game has succeeded quite well in doing, making the big daddies feel like trash. Node Runner says, you know how money doesn't make you happy. I mean, it's just a piece of paper or an abstract number in a database somewhere. I don't know how it could make me happy. It is like it does at first, but there's a certain point where you have everything you need and more money won't make you happy. I agree with that, yes. Despite this, people continue struggling for more and more money. Yeah, that's an addiction, right? We like seeing numbers grow. That is a dopamine thing. We do love seeing those numbers grow. So Node Runner believes that consumerism is similar. Even though you have everything you need, you struggle to consume more. This is waste. Yeah, waste. And decadence. Actually, I need to do a little... Wait, no. I need some more space, like this. That makes me happy. Just changing the width of the chat. Super similar. Let's see. Money doesn't make you happy. Consumerism, well, they go hand in hand, right? Consuming and earning more money. You earn more money to consume more. Or have the possibility of consuming more. Right? There's a connection between the two. Consumerism. Is that an ism? Consumerism. Consumerism is a social and economic order that encourages the acquisition of goods and services in an ever-increasing amounts. Oh, fuck. I think I've used this interchangeably with capitalism. Fuck. Capitalism. What is capitalism then? It's an economic system based on the private ownership of the means of production and their operation for profit. I mean, they go hand in hand, right? Their capital accumulation, competitive markets, a pricing system, private property. Like you need oh, that's super interesting. I have mistakenly equated these two, like consumerism was a part of capitalism, but I don't have deep enough knowledge about these things. Banana Wafflemonkeys is probably why I misremembered. Comparison is the thief of joy, as comparison is the thief of virtue. Then he says, be right back. Colgate Innotip asks, what did you do your master's thesis about? Who did you ask? Me? I'm not sure I made a master thesis, but I made, like, my biggest paper I made was in psychology, where I made a paper about memory and how we can use these like a external memory, kind of. Yeah, that was what I made a study about, pretty much, just checking that. It's kind of like we gave a lot of people tests where we gave them the same test. One, they had to read a text and then have a test on the text, and the other one, they just took the test with the text being available. No, not the text being available, but they had availability to a computer. So like the internet, are a lot of Wikipedia thinking there, right? You don't have to memorize stuff anymore. That was what we wrote about. Node Runner says, in theory, you could have consumerism without capitalism. Yeah, right? Consumerism is about mass production, always increasing production. Capitalism, yeah, right. Encouraging acquisition of goods and services. Yeah, increasing amounts, which then like feeds into increasing the creation of more amount. While capitalism is all about, it is the economic system based on the private ownership. You own the means of production and their operation for profit. So you can own a factory. Central characteristics of capitalism include capital accumulation, competitive markets, a pricing system. These are just characteristics, stuff that happens when you have a system, right, like this. Private property and the recognition of property rights, voluntary exchange, and wage labor. In a capitalist market economy, decision making and investments are determined by every owner of wealth. Oh, we did talk about that in To Burn in Memory, because To Burn in Memory had an interesting view of this. And this is why, like, one of the arguments for basic universal basic income for me, right? Because if we have a universal basic income, more people can make more decisions, with which will increase the amount of democracy that we do as a society. And that is something that I would want to see. I would want to see increased democracy. Are determined by every owner of wealth, property, or production. Yeah, putting more decisions and determination in the hand of the people. Yes. In capital and financial markets, whereas prices and the distribution of goods and services are mainly determined by competition in goods and services markets. All right, this sentence, I don't quite understand it, so I need to look at that some more. But first, let's read The messages that you have written here. Colgate InnoTab, so basically floppy disks. Yeah, floppy disks are external memory. Like that was the thesis. Like you can use, instead of coding in a lot of memory here, you just code it onto a machine somewhere, and you can use that memory, which then for learning, you learn how something works. You don't have to memorize it. Colgate InnoTab says, you don't. It's always some filthy bourgeoisies. Oh, fuck, I can't pronounce that word. Snob. Let's call him. You don't. It's always some filthy snob. What is always some filthy snob? Colgate InnoTab. And Banana Waffle Monkey is back. Welcome back. Node Runner says, many Americans have an entire room of their house dedicated to storing stuff they don't even use. I mean, yeah, we have an attic. We have the same. We have stuff that we don't use, but they have sentimental value. Like we have paintings that are not on it. Well, we switch them out from year to year, but we have way more paintings in here than could ever fit all the walls. That is a bit decadent. And I mean, some decadence. I mean, decadence feels good, right? It's like you say, I mean, money doesn't make you happy, but having a little bit more than you need can make life a little bit more fun. Blasphemous say, rest in peace, American philosopher George Carlin. Oh man, he was a philosopher. It was pretty good, but I've rewatched it lately, some of it actually, quite recently. I rewatched some of the things, and some of the things I don't agree with anymore. But yeah. Colgate InnoTab says, owner of factories. Yeah, it's always some snob, right? And that is why I argue for one of the arguments for universal basic incomes. Is that it's like those factory owners and those snobs are the decision makers in like not the only decision makers, right? But they have power and responsibility of making some of the decisions of where our resources, where society's resources should be allocated, right? And of course, since they are making the decisions, a lot of the resources go to them. That just makes sense, right? Power corrupts. Like if I could make the decisions where a lot of money went, like I would have quite a bit of the money going to me. That just makes sense. So what I'm arguing for is that these people may not be the best decision makers, and I mean it will necessarily lead to some corruption, which is fine, it happens. I just want to increase democracy to give more money to the individual. Like if you have universal basic income and the decision maker says, I need you to do this, then you can just say, fuck you, I quit. If you have universal basic income. And one could say that society would, by giving you a universal basic income, society would encourage you to say, fuck you, I quit. It's not perfect, but you have more power than you did before, right? Banana Waffle Monkey says, I think what would push me to action right now is if when people start polluting the sky with advertisements like Bezos plans to do. Push me to action. Yeah, everybody has a pain threshold, right? Node Runner asks action to do what? I don't fucking know. Protest, says Banana Waffle Monkey. Yeah, exactly. Protest. Like, we have pain thresholds. We're content with the life we live. If shitty stuff happens that we really can't deal with, those stuff drives us to action. The worse the stuff become, the worse our actions will become, like our reaction will be. Like protest, like first step, sign a petition. It still doesn't help and it gets fucking worse. Then you start protesting. That still doesn't work. Like there's a pain threshold for every more severe action that you take. Blasphemous says wander off into the woods. That's an action as well that one can take. Node Runner? Why does the richest man in the world care if you protest? Banana Waffle Monkey says he doesn't, I do. Well, I mean, who's the richest man in the world? Some people care. Some people don't care. It's a political action, right? Political action is not aimed towards the richest man in the world. Political action is aimed towards the politicians, no? Maybe you can protest. I remember many years ago, they tried to shut down Wall Street. I don't remember quite. It was like they were just in the way protesting. They were trying, but like the richest people there didn't care. The best protest I've seen against Wall Street was this year. The whole GameStop thing. A lot of people did that in protest, right? That's an action. Some people had enough and just said no. Node Runner says, I already live in the woods. It's nice, yeah. I know. That must be lovely, says Blasphemous. I mean, to each their own. We have this saying in Swedish. Let's see if I can translate it. I mean, there's stuff lost in translation, but it goes something like this. Tastes are like your backside. Split. And it's a rhyme, so you can't really translate it. It doesn't work out. But yeah, some people would love to live in the woods, others would not. Banana Waffle Monkey says, a world of made is not a world of born. Bezos, 184 billion. Musk is 177 billion. Wait, is that a quote from him? That a world of made is not a world of born? What is that? What does it mean? A world of made is not a world of born. Yeah, a world of made, that sounds religious to me. Word of born sounds like evolution. If that makes sense. Banana Waffle Monkey says, and imagine if everyone had the why would they care mindset and there would never be any protests. I don't know. We talked about yesterday, we talked a lot about intrinsic motivation and extrinsic motivation. Like protesting, for a lot of people, I think protesting has intrinsic value. You get to, well, let's not put it in that way, like result oriented. For some people, it's about expressing their anger in a healthy manner. Right? Expressing one's anger has value. So the mindset, why would they care, may not be as big of a deal as you think. I mean, a lot of people who do protests are result oriented, I can imagine. So maybe there would be, if everyone had the why would you care mindset, then there would be less protests. Not no protests. Well, actually, why would they care? I mean, it's not even about them either. Like if we look at it from a democratic standpoint, why would you protest? It's not about convincing the Bezos or the Musks or even the Trumps or the maybe not even the politicians. It's about the people, right? Protests are about the people. It's about showing the rest of the people and engaging more people. That is how democracy works, right? If enough people get pissed, yeah, it's media. It's a lot about media, I think. Protests is showing the media, so it reports to the rest of the people, so more people can protest and get angry and try to move them toward actions, right? Political actions. So it's I would say protest is not at all about the Musks or Bezos or even the politicians. A little bit about the politicians, I suppose. But if you should be result oriented, it's about all those other people who are on the fence. Make your group like a group of people who care about this thing enough to protest. They want to grow that group. And by protesting, you grow that group. I think that is the result orientation. Colgate didn't have some of Rothschild's, maybe. Probably. Oh, fuck, I missed the context of what you wrote there, Colgate on tap. I'm sorry. Nodrunner says, we say opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. Yeah. Nice. That's pretty good. Oh, right. That is from that E. Cummings poem that I didn't quite understand. A world of made is not a world of born. And that was more about industrialism, something like that. World of made. I don't quite remember the poem. Blasphemous says, the more American push for $15 minimum wage, the quicker they will bring automation in to replace them. And I mean, politically, there are a lot of issues with automation. But ethically, I think automation is fucking great. Like all that automation are work that people do not want to do, right? We don't want to do all those shitty fucking jobs. Having a machine do them is way better from an ethical standpoint because those jobs fucking suck. Yeah, they suck. They're just terrible. The problem is a political and societal problem that we don't know what to do with all the displaced workers. But we do know. We just give them the universal basic income. Problem solved. Well, it's not that easy. I'm pretending that it is that easy, but I mean, intellectually, theoretically, it's that easy. Practically, it's super fucking difficult, but we're not having a practical discussion, are we? Banana Waffle Monkey, yeah, but someone has to produce and maintain that automation. Yeah. But of course. Someone has to produce and maintain their automation. Like there are stuff that people needs to do in society. Well, needs, there is an implied value judgment in that, right? But everybody has needs and implied value judgments. And of course, if you're gonna have an automated factory or whatever, someone has to produce and maintain those stuff. I don't see your point, Banana Waffle Monkey. Colgate on tap asks, who is richest? Automation is great, he also says, Colgate on tap. Fully automated space communism is coming. Oh man, space communism? Like space communism sounds interesting. I think being idealistic about communism is a mistake, though. And I mean, richest, we're just talking about money, right? Richest depends on value, your value system. One can be super rich in many things, but don't have any money at all. And the other way around. Nodrunner says, automation is my favorite thing. Wait, didn't you say that you have not played Factorio? No, that was Colgate on top. Have you played Factorio, Nodrunner? If not, I have a good game for you. A good game recommendation. So let's see here. Capitalism is an economic system, right? That's the system of how we exchange goods and services, right? It's a system of production, resource allocation, and distribution of goods and services. All right, so there's resource allocation as well. Yeah, that makes sense to me. And production and resource allocation go hand in hand. So it's an economic systems. I understand this bit. And it's based on the private ownership of the means of production. The means of production are physical and non-financial inputs used in the production of goods and services with economic value. Private ownership is just a person can own something. That's an abstract idea, right? But ownership, it's this is mine, that is yours. I understand private ownership. What is means of production? I need to understand what this is. Banana Waffle Monkey says, well, that's a fucking flowchart. If I've ever seen one, yeah. It was, oof. I'm not interested in looking into that. Indeed. Nodrunner says, I have played Factorio, Satisfactory, Mindustry, Shapes, IO, and modded Minecraft. I kind of thought so, yeah. The one that I haven't played there is Satisfactory, and I'm looking forward to getting my hands on it and playing it. All the others, though, I have played. Well, not modded Minecraft. But I'm guessing there are some good stuff in there now that you mention it. But Factorio is fucking great, man. Oof. Such a good time. Oh. Yeah, Learning Factory is fun too, says Nodrunner. I'm not quite sure. What is this? Whoops, something went wrong. Clip is missing, Banana Waffle Monkey. No. Damn it. I didn't get the full clip. I didn't get the full URL. Wait, can I think I found a problem with... Was that it? Oh. All right, let's try this again. Services, right? It's a system of production, resource allocation, and distribution of goods services, right? Yeah, that's flowchart. I mean, I could copy it, but I couldn't click it. Oh, I can just make it bigger and then I can click it. The link. Oh, never mind. So, Learning Factory. Oh. All the tangents. Some people could have thought that I was ADHD, but I'm not enough. Oh, this looks very Factorio. It's about machine learning in cats. Renovate a factory, design automated production lines, craft and sell unique goods to cats, and learn how to analyze data with machine learning. Wishlist to stay updated. That was interesting. Colgate InnoTab says there are several voxel games with hyperbolic geometry being developed. Wait, voxel games? That's Minecraft games, right? With hyperbolic geometry. That sounds interesting. Oh, the clip was just a flowchart increase. You saw the message a bit late. Oh, right. Yeah, but that flowchart, man. I had the same thought, I just didn't verbalize it. I'm trying to do that. It's one of the interesting thing about streaming is to try to verbalize all the thoughts. It's not that easy, especially for like a super introvert like me that are not used to verbalizing all my thoughts. In economics and sociology. Yeah, Marx was a sociologist. That's that was from a couple of days ago. We were talking about Marx. And I had this guess that he was a sociologist, and it seems like he was, I'm pretty sure. In economics and sociology, the means of productions, also called capital goods or productive property, are physical and non-financial inputs used in the production of goods and services with economic value. Also, it's just like the actual machines that you use, like a hammer is a means of production and a nail is a means of production. And it has economic value. These include raw materials, facilities, machinery, and tools used. All right. So, you can own stuff. So the economic system is based on that a person can own stuff. Wait, you can own the stuff and their operation. How can you own their operation, though? How does that work? I mean, you can own... Oh, I'm thinking maybe it's the operation. What it means is the consequence of the machine running, right? So if you hammer a roof to a building, right? You own the building. You own the thing that it creates. You own the stuff that you use to create stuff, and you own the stuff that are created by the stuff. That's... Man, I'm doing really well with my wording here. I love the word stuff. Colgate on tab says Minecraft likes. Ah, yeah, Minecraft likes, but hyperbolic geometry. That sounds fun. Colgate on tab says verbalizing thoughts is hard. And stuff can own you. Oh, that's a Tyler Durden quote. Right, Blasphemous? Stuff you own end up owning you. Yes, it is. Man, I was such a big fan of... I haven't seen the movie in years, but I was such a big fan of the film. Have I changed your life? Okay. Delete this description. It is horrible to do. Oh man. That's kind of funny. Enter the epic fantasy-themed sandbox that will change your life. I'm not much for sandboxy though, not personally. Too far, but yeah, the Verde is to fight, explore, progress, mine, collect, build, craft. Yeah, there's a difference. There's like Minecraft. There's not a lot of automation and watching numbers grow bigger. Progression, there we go. There's not a lot of progression. There is progression, of course, and in a game like this as well. But it's different from Factorio. Factorio is all about the progression, right? Colgate in tab says you can own stuff in communism too. You can have personal property in both. Yeah. But private property only. Wait. You can have personal property. Private property is only in capitalism. Wait, what's the difference between personal and private property then? Private ownership. It's legal designation for the ownership of property by non-government legal entities. Right. Personal property and private property. Private is not a person. Private can be an organization, which is fucked up. I remember like a long time ago, someone did. It was a bit of a meme. I think it was kind of a joke, but they did like since a company is a legal entity, just like a person is a legal entity, they made, well, they can behave like a person in society. So what kind of person is it? And it's a psychopath, right? That is a psychopath. It doesn't care about your feelings. It only has one goal in mind, and that's the acquisition of wealth, wealth creation or whatnot. So that is the part of the private here is the problem of capitalism, that the incentives of the private entity does not always align or does not always create value for society. That is usually when people like me take issue with capitalism. It is just that very aspect of it, right? Because I don't think like people getting rewarded for producing stuff and gaining a profit from it, I think that's a pretty good idea, right? I like that. It's just that sometimes, well, oftentimes the legal entity doesn't really align. Yeah, it's an alignment problem. So what do we do about the alignment problem? We change stuff within the system to mitigate those problems, right? We don't throw away capitalism. Like a lot of communists or whatever would argue for just throwing away capitalism. But I'm learning to think like an engineer. What would an engineer do? Yeah, we have some problems. We do iterative small changes to the system that mitigates those problems. Right? Isn't that a very good approach to just first accept that those legal entities, there are some issues with them, and if you accept that, the answer is not to throw away capitalism. The answer is to make changes. Yeah, make changes. Colgate InnoTabs is private, is memes, memes of production, not means of production, memes of productions. Banana Waffle Monkey says, I like to think of Minecraft versus Terraria when thinking about progression of games. Oh, Terraria is its own thing as well, completely. It's a completely different type of progression. It's not an automation progression, but Terraria was fucking great. But yeah, different types of progression. Factoria has another type of progression indeed. Yeah. But the Banana Waffle Monkey continues. The main difference between being that Terraria sets the goals and the progression for you, whereas in Minecraft you determine the goals and progression. You set the goals yourself for the survival mode specifically. Yeah, that's we talked a little bit about that yesterday. That for me, the setting the goals yourself. We were talking about that. I have a reactive personality. Need someone else to set the goals for me. I mean, I like freedom of expression, but finding my own goals, I could find sandboxy things, but I would still have. No, it doesn't quite work. Like I like setting my own goals. Partly. But there's a meta goal in the back. Like I've been using EVE Online for a lot of examples. In EVE Online, it's a sandbox game. Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday. The new game that I was gonna play, I downloaded it. It released another version on Steam yesterday. What is it called again? one of the oldest MMOs. It's a sandbox game. Like, there is a meta goal for everyone to earn more cash. Just like in Eve. There's a meta goal to earn more cash. But there's a sandbox in how you earn those goals. For me, the Minecraft survival meta goal of just staying alive, it's not enough to keep me going. I need more external motivation than that, if that makes sense. But that's, you know, that's just a personal preference. How we're different. We work differently. People work differently. There we go. Colgate Innotab says that an engineer would throw away capitalism and accept fully automated space communism. No, man. Iterations. Do iterations. Colgate Innotab says Terraria is also 2D, right? Yes. Yeah. Terraria is great. It's a great game. It's more about fighting as well. There's more fighting. Like boss fights. And personally, I enjoyed that type of fighting way more. What was that? Yeah, I do enjoy the combat. But again, that's a personal preference.
Have you running around the laboratories in your condition?
Oh? Can't you now? So where are we going? Wait, whoa! Burn! All the babies. Burn all the babies. Wait, where are you at? Oh! He opened the door for me. And I'm dead. Damn it. Damn it.
Poor thing.
Machine gun.
What a life. Marching around playing daddy until some splicer manages
Oh,
to
they're
kill
still
off
locked.
their sister. And then if the coma doesn't take them, they turn maniac. Nothing left to do but scream. No offense intended, son. We better get you to Eleanor on the double.
Your body begins to tear itself apart. The compulsion to find Eleanor
Man, I was sure
will
this was
drive
gonna be
you to
the path, but
madness
no.
or coma. You have no claim on her. Your design was among Rapture's greatest sins. And yet, you persist. Why?
Skywalker. Get a nightmare, I think. You sometimes wake up just like that. Just meowing. Having a nightmare. Oh. There we go. Banana Waffle Monkey says it. An easy way to manipulate enemies into being easier is to... an easier way to manipulate enemies into being easier to headshot is to somewhat counterintuitively to basic combat, just run backwards in a straight line. Because often the enemies will just follow you in a straight path and will be easier to hit. Backpedaling. Yeah, in a lot of games that is the case. No zigzagging. Colgate Innotab prefer 2D over 3D because you get a clearer picture, as you can see to all directions at once, and it's easier to grasp. Well, it depends on where you put the camera in a 3D game, right? First person 3D. Yeah, I like 2D more than first person 3D. I like third person 3D better than I like first person 3D as well. Probably for a similar reason to you, Colgate Innotab, I think. Banana Waffle Monkey says, or just shock lock them while clicking on their head. What is shock lock? Oh, right. Here we go. Shock. But I don't need to headshot them. I have a big fucking drill. I can just slam my drill in whatever, right? Banana Waffle Monkey likes third person as long as it isn't third person. 3D. He likes 3D as long as it isn't third person. I wonder how much history takes part in that, like where you started out in gaming, because I'm just thinking back to one of my earliest favorite games was Ocarina of Time, right? It's very third person. Do I need more? Wait, who's shooting me? Wait. Why is... They were looking at each other, being all mean and hot and bothered, all fighty.
I'm off to bed.
Die! Piece of cake. The big daddies are such a piece of cake in this game compared to the other game. Colgate InnoTab says you only have a 2D screen, so you can only see a 2D slice of the 3D space. I suppose. Who is aimbotting? Banana Waffle Monkey? They are aimbotting, he said. Oh, the person shooting at me? Quite literally, yes. Nude smile.
This one has Adam.
This one has Adam. Let's gather it.
Angels is on the inside. Adam
Oh fuck, I've used all my drilling fuel. Did I hack this? No. Oops. Oops. I'm doing a great job here, guys. I've got this under control. Oh, it actually worked out. Oh. Oh, it hurts. Stop doing that. Burn! Another heal. I see you up there. See you down there. Ah, almost. Almost. Look at all the corpses. Banana Waffle Monkeys is shooting from out their ass? I didn't even see that. Colgate InnoTab says, with Hyper Rogue, I have noticed that 2D hyperbolic geometry is easier than 3D Euclidean geometry. Ooh. Use this tonic for scorching, shocking and chilling surprise. Elemental storm. Ooh, that sounds... Wait. Emit a random burst of fire, ice or electricity when struck by melee attacks. Don't we already have 2 of those? Like Firestorm. Does it stack with Firestorm and Electrical Storm? Very interesting. Also, Colgate in on tap said it's easier to play that in than 3D Euclidean geometry. I can imagine. Fewer dimensions to keep track of. Banana Waffle Monkey says often in games like Team Fortress 2 when people aimbot, the bots flick so quickly and then snap back to their original position it looks like they're shooting out of their ass. Ah, there we go. Man, I'm curious about starting botting a little bit. And I decided to do it the horrible way, the horribly slow way of taking screenshots. I was looking up last night about screenshotting areas. I don't know if image magic, the plan is to use image magic, because image magic you could choose quality and stuff like that, and I think image magic is gonna be helpful for when I want to do color analysis, right? I think that is gonna be a good way of doing color analysis within image magic itself. Probably. Still a beginner with the tool itself. But it seems like a way to go. And the same thing is I could use that... Wait, what? Oh! Fuck. Fuck. No. What? What just happened? I hit something. Very strange. Very strange indeed.
He's nicer than other daddies.
And I'm quite sure that I want to try my first bot in Factorio soon. There are another games earlier on the list, but creating a Factorio bot, like automating a Factorio bot, sounds like the idea sounds too fun to pass over. There was a health pack in front of me. Alright. Whatever, it's fine. There are health packs everywhere. I think there are health packs. Yeah. We've been full on health packs for so long, so I just thought I was fine. Oh, right. Let's hack this thing. Ooh, I'm actually curious. Can I do this? That I just... And... now I'm invisible. I'm invisible! Stop shooting! It works. Because I'm terrible, this is a valid approach instead of using my remote hack darts. I do have 6 auto hack darts that I could have used, of course, but why do it the easy way when you can do it the hard way and use all of my health packs that I have unlimited of? Wait, Banana Waffle Monkey says, make a bot that finds free-to-play games on Steam and make bots for them. That is way over my skill level to do something like that. Holy shit. I'm quite certain that a lot of the botting Factorio is over my skill level as well. But it's a game about automation, right? And I did have Colgate in on tap really pushed me to do some cracking some saves into burn-in memory, and that was just, it felt so great. So I really want to try out, dip my feet in a little bit of bot creation. And I've been having the urge to play Factorio again, so that seems like the way to do it, I suppose. Wait, Colgate in on tab says, I think I just completed a physics course that goes way over my head. How the fuck did you do that? Banana Waffle Monkey says, you'd get so many trading cards. Oh, right. But you don't have to play them, right? That's... Oh, maybe. I don't really care about the trading cards, personally. Well, I've been trying to get rid of all of mine to sell them. I guess there is value in it. No, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to check the map.
Hello? Is someone in the hall? You deranged
See what that is. Whoa!
imbecile!
And I'm dead. You see, I can pick up the health pack now. That's in front of me.
Daddy, are you taking me home too?
No, I don't even know where it was. But I can pick up health packs from here. That's fine. Oops, that's the wrong button. Wait. Did it get hacked? Just by doing nothing? That's funny. See, unlimited health packs. Colgate on tab says, it's a teamwork course and I got carried. I mean, that is one approach. Dealing with a course, I suppose. Getting carried. Man, I like physics though. It's difficult. Banana Waffle Monkey says, oh, fuck, that is what happened. I was wondering what the fuck just happened, but I bought it out for $70. Epic hacker, man. I just fat fingered it. Pressed the wrong button and then I pressed the wrong button again.
Adam, Daddy, right here. Sleepy angel shine, Adam shine. I could give you breaking heaven. I'm a good girl with the evil.
Oh, hello. Ooh, gotta take a picture of this dude. Oh, research is complete on that dude as well. Free kill? Free kill indeed. This feels like a free gather, pretty much. Oh no. Wait. I mean, you're kind of in the way here, dude. Dude, you're in the way. Oh, well, whatever. Burn! Ooh, it hurts. Stop doing that. Shit, that hurt. That was all of my health globes. Just because this fucking dude, this damn Big Daddy, showed up. And I'm dead. I blame the Big Daddy. It was just too much chaos, man. Too much chaos. Colgate InnoTab says the course was apparently not meant as your first physics course. Oh, then then it was quite literally over your head. You can deal with the math, but not the conceptual deals, I suppose. Do I have to restart it? Is that the plan? Why am I taking so much damage?
I'm ready for doing I promise it won't.
Alright, so this time... No, I have my own... You know what? Screw that room. That room was horrible.
X's eyes! X's eyes!
Should have bought some more drill fuel. Ah, here we go.
Nuh-uh. I'm bored.
Oh! That was scary.
This is where they bound us together, Father. Playing God. You were the only good thing that Rapture ever gave me.
She seems like a little bit of a weirdo as well.
My tummy says it's time to sleep, Mr. Bubbles.
I mean, as well, like, Lamb is trying to create a god, right?
She was not meant to have a father, Delta.
Something like
She
that.
was to be an heir to my life's work. And this is where they changed her, bonding her to you. The child she was died in this room.
Like, even if we were bonded, let's say we were bonded, me and Eleanor, and that's the whole thing. And, fuck you, dude. Are they just gonna stick around here? Is that what's going on?
Daddy's giving you stars and pearls.
And I'm dead. Just... Ugh.
Daddy, you always save me.
So we need to kill that thing, and then we probably need to kill it again, because that little sister will get a new Big Daddy. You know what? Let's not gather anymore in this area. If he's gonna show up and be a buzzkill all about it. That was just annoying. Yeah. Screw you. And screw you. I don't even know if I need any more Adam in the game at all. I don't know what I would want. I feel like I have all the things that I do want. A security, stay back.
I'm ready to dream
Colgate InnoTab says, I tried out Europa Universalis 4. It was not my cup of tea. It looked like a really cool game, but just too much micromanagement. Oh, that is actually a game that I had thought about as well, but it's too much micromanagement kind of feels like something that I would dislike as well. Like, I really liked Civilization 5? I played Civilization 5 a lot. Civilization 6 a bit, I like that as well. Europa Universalis has been looking kind of nice. Just micromanaging the same stuff over and over again does not appeal to me.
Alexander's tank and put those plants in.
Maybe it is my cup of tea, who knows? One of those things, I'll probably try it out sometime.
Poor Gilbert. It was his will to die, Delta. To serve the majority by protecting them from his lunacy. Your entire journey here is based on your refusal to do the same. Will you grant his request, knowing that he served the family?
Rebirth, huh? Sure, you live forever, but minus your body. I like my body, kid. I don't feature the idea of my memories and personality being stored in the head of some saintly child, like just one more dusty old book in the library.
Ooh. If you got the choice, right? If not like the possibility, but like really, to upload your consciousness to like a Matrix similar world. Maybe you can have your own world. You have your own little space and there's a public space. And you would live forever. But you had to make the decision today. And your body is destroyed in the process. Would you take that? For me, it feels like, without a doubt, I would take that deal. Ow. Colgate on tab says, I have not played games like that much, so maybe my threshold for micromanagement is lower than yours. Yeah. There's... I can imagine, though. Like, that's my only gripe with Factorio. It's a little bit too much micromanagement. I usually fiddle around with the stuff. Just placing out new drills over and over and over again. It's a lot of that stuff I don't enjoy in Factorio. Just placing new drills. I like the progression and the automation parts. And that's why a bot is super interesting, because a bot could just run around placing drills for me. Colgate in on tab says, I usually play roguelikes, where there is one character to take care of, not an entire country. Yeah, I can like many different types of games. I have preferences. But I can play many types. I like games in general. Different games have different approaches.
Subject Delta is hereby dismissed. Escort them from the premises.
Still no weapons, eh?
No, I don't want it. I shall resist.
Burn! Wait. What happened? I healed. I thought I healed. But I didn't. No, I didn't. It was too slow.
I'm always safe with Daddy.
Where did that come from? From there. Burn! I think I like the God kind of games, especially if they're about automation. Or like if the gameplay changes along the way. Like when you start out Civilization, for example, you start out micromanaging a single city. Well, I mean, it depends on your playstyle, I suppose, but if you build a sprawling empire, you're not micromanaging any cities anymore. Then you're just managing the country, right? Usually... Did you see that hand pop up from... Yeah. Oh, that's the little girl. I haven't seen that before. I spent all my money. Not very good.
How dare you try to buy me out with this bribe, this penance, this sublime... God damn you, Delta!
Perfect, son. You reeled him in. Now, use that console there to take a gene sample. It should print up a genetic key automatically.
What console? Oh, I was just looking at it before it. Oh, by the way, are you still here, Banana Wolf Monkey?
The key is already
You recommended A Night in the Woods, right? That game. Would you consider that game a reading game or a playing game?
You got the key to Lamb's hideout, sport. Eleanor's down there. Now just head out to the Oxyphil station and use it.
It is done. The sample disposal button on the panel in front of you will administer a massive jolt of electricity to the tank. More than enough to kill me. Whatever I may say to dissuade you, do not listen. The man whose voice you hear now is long gone. As my mind fades, I find my thoughts turn to the suffering that Eleanor will be made to endure, and I am overcome with pity. But I can only offer my feeble prayers. Perhaps after my death, you can do more. Now, please, I ask you to grant me peace. Goodbye, my friend, and thank you.
That's interesting. Should we trust him?
I'm sorry. Please, I will go outside. I will live outside.
I mean, he's stuck in here, right? He was trying to kill us because we were trying to kill him. But he's... Part of me wants to let him live. Just because I can. Just to be obstinate. Like... What reason would we have to kill him? I mean, we are a creation just like him. Just because his previous dude wanted us to kill him? Like if my 15-year-old self told you to kill my 30-year-old self, I would value my words today more than my 15-year-old words back then. Like he has become something else, completely new. This is something different, right? What authority does what he was before, what authority does he have? I don't know. Let's just let him live. I don't know. Need Adam from them to become more powerful. Once you leave, you'll not be able to return. Find a win event. Alright, so. Fine, let's go do this then. Or maybe... Where's the event? Where's the closest? No, she doesn't lead me to event. She leads me to... Here we go. Let's rescue you. Colgate Tab said, I like Clarus Victoria's games, though. I don't know what that is. I guess they are lighter than games like Civ Europa Universalis. Victoria. Turn-based historical strategy game. It seems like a more minimalist civilization game. Yeah, lighter game. Hmm.
The nurse doesn't like you, but I do.
Oh, this area was annoying, so let's leave. Pretty sure I don't need to get the little sisters from here. We'll see though, we'll see.
This is the Oxyphil station, Chief. But don't be fooled by the facade. This is the way in. Use that key now.
Oxyphil? That didn't... Oxy means something else nowadays. Oh yeah. What do you have to say for yourself?
Eleanor's condition may be a blessing in disguise. Early splicing tests indicate 0 genetic damage due to her condition as a little sister. It appears that she is our new vessel. This will be no mere personality schism, though. Rapture's genius will be held within her DNA, able to shift into desired patterns at will. A utopian cannot be confined to a single throw of the genetic dice. When
Oh, but
needed,
this is more like in the head of John Malkovich.
a dancer, an engineer. She truly will be the people's daughter.
That is an interesting deal. Would you take that deal? If you've seen the movie, it's where you gain immortality by sharing a person's body. You and a lot of other people become one person. And you all share that body among yourselves. Colgate Tab says, did you like Bioshock 1 more than Bioshock 2? Yes.
Stephanie, we're finally here. Find Eleanor, son, and fast. Her mama's got all Rapture dying to keep you two apart.
The story. If we're talking about the story and the writing, and world building, all those aspects. I mean, the world of Rapture was new to me then as well, right? All those things I liked more. The combat feels a little bit more fleshed out in this game. So actually, I think I'm pretty much quite equal on the terms of combat on 1 and 2. Maybe the combat is a little better in Bioshock 2. I had more fun in Bioshock 1. It could also be like Burnout, right? I've been playing too much Bioshock. Maybe I should have taken a few more games in between Bioshock 1 and 2. I'm gonna do that before playing Bioshock Infinite. I'm gonna play a couple more games before going back to the Bioshock franchise. Instead of putting them so close to each other, because that could be part of it, right?
Father, come quickly. I'm trapped in a cage. Something's wrong.
But yeah, the writing in 1, it felt more like they had an idea, like of the characters.
I wonder, Delta.
The antagonist was very fleshed out, and his...
Have you any idea what my daughter has given you? As I watch you now, I envy your ignorance. You still believe.
His motivations made sense, right? Even though I don't agree with his ideology and I found him stupid and all that, it was still interesting, right? The world building and explaining how he works and all that. In this game, like, her behavior and her ideology and her... I don't understand. It doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, it does not make sense to me. Not in the least. Daddy's home. Like this kid. Oh yeah, that was what I was thinking about before, right? This kid, Eleanor. She's becoming sort of not like a demigod, maybe, perhaps. Why does she want to say no to this? Maybe she dies in the thing. Maybe they all die and become a new thing, just like that dude we just left behind. They don't know. So many unknowns. I feel like that, yeah, that's a pretty good summary of my feelings. Like, I did care at the end of the other game about the ending and stuff like that. What will happen next? In this game, the story-wise, I'm curious, but it's nowhere near.
That's her, son, Eleanor Lamb. No matter what you might be feeling right now, this is business. Get that cage open. She's coming with us.
Like, what is Sinclair's motivation for this? Why is she coming with us? Is she gonna backstab us just as in Bioshock 1? Kinda feels like it, doesn't it? I haven't paid any attention to, like, the "would you kindly" twist in the end. That was pretty fucking great. How about the voice acting, asks Colgate in on tap. I think I've liked both.
That tank she's in. Use the controls to break the quarantine seal.
It has overstayed its welcome a little bit. It's not like the voice acting has been good in. I've liked the voice acting in both games, but I've felt like some of the no, but that's a writing thing again. They have been talking a little bit too much compared to the first game. Let's see what happens.
Quarantine seal disengaging. Please stand by.
How will she remember us after this moment? I have placed my pieces on the board, as expected, as have you. Is this what she hoped for? Mother and father, locking eyes. Yet still we are blind. Goodbye, Subject Delta. And take heart, for you at least have escaped your legacy.
I mean, I guess I had one big issue with the ending of. She is bugged up there, and I don't have any shooty-shoot weapons. Like Ryan, why did Ryan kill himself? I didn't quite understand that bit. Oh, I died. Eesh, that's bad. And
Hurry now! Quarantine chamber's waiting on you. Get in there!
in the end of Bioshock 1, I quite didn't understand why he did kill himself. And also, did he die? Is he gonna show up now? Like, he should be able to. He should have been able to use the Vita chamber.
Look at her, Delta. 10 years, and still she dreams of you.
50 seconds remaining.
Do you know why Eleanor brought you here? She wanted a father. So she found a way to restore you in body and mind. And she has been watching you ever since, exalting your every act as gospel. The girl lying on that bed is no longer my child, nor my life's work. She is a monster, shaped by you alone. Just as she has always wanted.
20 seconds remaining.
But there is one detail of your mutual bond she failed to account for. Your body was designed to lapse into a coma when her heart ceases to beat. Eleanor, forgive me. Watch him. His body is shutting down now, naturally. But if he dies of trauma, he will return elsewhere. Full restraints at all times. No one enters this room until he expires.
Father, it's me, Eleanor. I'm so sorry. Mother stopped my heart long enough to sever our bond. Staying near me won't stop you from dying now. Or worse. But I can still help you escape. This little sister's brought you something that will allow you to take control of her.
What the fuck just happened? You've taken control of the little sister. You can now use vents and gather Adam from bodies. Alright, if you say so. Colgate Inotap asks, what was that? What was what?
I know this feels a bit strange, Father, but now you can see through her eyes and tell her where to go. This is how I brought you back without Mother catching on. Now, first, let's get you out of here. Crawl through the vent there.
Yeah, I got it. I just wanted to check stuff out. Right, so now we're playing as a little sister. What just happened? So, we caught up. We were gonna take Eleanor with us and leave with Sinclair.
Good. Now, inside Mother's office, there's a way to unlock these chambers she's holding us in. Find a way to slip in there.
For some reason. Like, yeah, we were single-minded. Like, Eleanor was kind of mind-controlling our character the whole time and driving us on. Well, not mind-controlling. They have a bond, so he has been... Our character has been mind-controlled to just care about Eleanor, right? And we have a bond, right? A bond that Eleanor, the real mother, really didn't have. So anyway, we came there, and that bond also made it so when Eleanor's, the child's heart stopped beating, we stopped functioning. So Lamb just took a pillow over the head of the girl that made the girl's heart stop, and we pass out, and then they restrained us. And as a response to that, Eleanor sent a little sister that we are now controlling for whatever reason, to let us out so we can escape without Eleanor. I don't quite follow along the motivations of different people in this game. It is strange indeed.
You're in. There should be a lever in here somewhere. Pull it, and it will unlock our cells.
Or cells. There we go. Both of them can escape now is the deal. But, oh, no saving here, eh? I really needed to go to the bathroom. Oh, pick up some money.
Attention! Augustus Sinclair has been sighted within the facility. He will attempt to reach Subject Delta. All family
What Mother
duties
did
are
to me
hereby
left me very
suspended
weak.
until he is
I would do
found.
this part myself. To save your life, I'm going to have to change. To be like you. From here, you should be able to locate the pieces of a Big Sister suit. Please, bring them to me.
Colgate Inotap says, so it's like Masha's ending in Everlasting Summer. No. Not quite. We're still in the same reality. Everything is just the same. It's just...
Eleanor is changing as Delta draws closer. In her sleep, she mutters about having witnessed moments from his journey here. She is beginning to resist the moral conditioning. Eleanor's bond with Delta is turning her from the daughter of the people back into a rebellious child whose voice I do not recognize. Worse, I suspect Eleanor of direct involvement in his return. I fear that to separate them, I may have to take measures for which I will be unable to forgive myself.
Like, I don't understand Lamb's motivation. Like, why is the bond between her and Subject Delta not acceptable? I don't quite understand. I forget the Masha ending. How do you mean that it's like the Masha ending? That is so strong. Ah. An angel. Right. I was wondering, why is everything so pretty? But this is what the little sisters see, right? This is their experience of what the world looks like before we rescue them.
All right, you little brat. Get over here, you.
There's a piece of the suit in here, Father. Find the rest and bring them back to me.
What is this? I don't even. What's the Masha ending's achievement name? I mean,
10 years, Father. Stuck in this fever dream. Mother kept me sedated in order to perfect my mind with Adam. To her, the ideal child is a genius, serving the common good without questioning it. You have saved me from that.
I mean, this game this game is coherent, right? The plot is laid out in a. It all kind of makes sense. I mean, it's just their motivations. The writing and the motivations of the people doesn't make any sense. But it's consistent. Like the end of... The end of the Masha ending was just all fucking weird, you know?
Unaware of the extent of my connections to the new little sisters. I don't just empathize with them. I can control them directly. They are my hands and my eyes. The other sisters are made from me, in part. As they grow up in Rapture, I feel it all. When you were with the little ones, they trusted you as their father, because of me.
Alright, so... Giving the control to our character, it's not really what's happening, it's she who's controlling them, it's just for the gameplay aspect. They had to say, like, for me, when I'm playing, and that I'm controlling the little sister, they just had to make it somehow justify me playing as the little sister. But it's actually Eleanor who's pulling the strings here. I can get behind that. I can suspend my disbelief about that point, I suppose. Still no saving.
Mother was right about one thing. I have been watching you, Father. Studying the way you have treated others. And now I know who I am. I am free. After everything Mother has done to me, I am alive and sane enough to be curious about the sun. When you rescued my new sisters, I felt every one, and it gave me hope for the first time in years.
Hope for the first time in a year. Colgate Inotab says, why do they need to justify it? How do you mean? It's not like they need to justify it, it's like they are having Oh, the game needed to justify why I am, like, in the story. Why am I playing as the little sister right now? And the authors probably wanted to justify why my character, is controlling the little sister. Right, for not to break immersion. Can't get in on top says, you play as little sister now. Simple. I mean, they could do that and I would be happy with that. But I can also understand why they felt the need to justify it. It's because of all of this. Since
Now, I will do the same for all the others. Starting with this one.
Eleanor has been controlling little sisters all throughout the game, we just learned. So why have we never got to see them before? I can understand.
You've done it, Father. I'll be there soon.
And it's symbolic, right? We'll leave Father, we go to the little sister, and now we control Eleanor? No.
These suits always did make me think of you, Father. I guess I still remember you in shining armor. But now it's my turn to fight for you. Take this plasmid. You can use it to call me to your side in a fight.
Summon Eleanor. So why is she not here all the time? Why did she leave? What is she doing right now? I'm curious. But we'll find that out tomorrow. We're gonna find this out tomorrow. Saving content. Wait. We're not quitting the windows though. And I really need to go to the bathroom. Like really.